Alright, welcome to another exciting episode of BilboBrick09's builds. Well, maybe not quite as exciting as the last two episodes. Or actually, oh yeah, two. But I think it's still a very exciting set. It's actually my second favorite, I would say, in the new line of Battle of the Five Armies Hobbit sets. The next biggest one, I really just, the only thing I really like about it is the ballista. Or the, no, is that the? Windlance, sorry. Where I get ballista from. Windlance. And then the Battle of the Five Armies actual set, it's okay. But this one, I really like the minifigures, and then the actual set, I suppose it's a nice add-on to Dol Guldur. But the minifigures are really what makes this set. We finally get Galadriel, and of course you can add her to your Lord of the Rings sets as well. We get the Witch King in one of his two different forms, and then we get a new Elrond as well. And that's, by the way, that's not the same one that we saw in the Second Age poly bag that you got if you pre-ordered the Lord of the Rings, Lego Lord of the Rings video game. It's different. And when we do the actual review, I will probably compare those three. But without further ado, let's get building. And unlike in the last two episodes where it was just so long that I could not talk that long, and I actually put the entire TDOS extended soundtrack in the background. I will attempt to interest you with my commentary for this episode, but it will not be an actual review on the site. There's the back, we'll see that later. No number bags. Very simple. 2 bags inside and an instruction manual. Let's see. Any exciting advertisements? Looks like the only advertisement is for the Lonely Mountain. And do we get all the minifigures? Yes, we get to build the minifigure. All 3 awesome minifigures right at the beginning. By the way, I think I've said this in a few of my videos already, and I'll continue to say it. The other 2 Hobbit sets, as much as I'd love to review them as soon as possible, that's just not going to be possible. Because I pretty much spent all my money on the Lonely Mountain. I think that and this was a much better investment than even getting the 3 smallest ones, because I think the Lonely Mountain, especially Smaug, is so awesome. And the 2 in the middle, I don't know, I'm just not that impressed with. Battle of Five Armies, like I said, it's pretty good. It's decent. It's decent. Holds its own. But I've definitely seen better. A lot better. Yeah, we got a few little other things to open here. Overall, very small set. It's actually smaller, but... Oh no, I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't have said but there. Smaller than the set that I got for free for spending over $100, and that's almost unheard of for Lord of the Rings or Hobbit set, especially. And this is one thing I really love. But like I said, I'll be saying too many opinions in this video. I'll be saving most of my opinions, most, not all, for the review, which should be up. If it's not up already, because if I get it done soon, I'll probably be more excited about uploading that. But anyway, if it's not up already, it should be up soon. And that just looks weird standing there, but whatever. And here's Galadriel's hair. One thing I'm very anxious to see is the Witch King's crown. I think I see it now. Yep, very, very, very cool piece. But I'm almost 5 minutes in and I haven't started building yet. Let's get down to it. Yeah, and it's the Witch King that we build first. Here's his head. Now, this is one thing that I do not like about the Witch King minifigure. I just think it looks like he's about to puke or something. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's what he looks like, but I don't know. That's just the first thing that comes to mind for me. cape over, and his head will glow in the dark. He needs some legs too, I think. Well, I guess he can fly, can't he? And for the first time in a while, they're actually using a Morgul blade as a Morgul blade, which makes me happy. And this is definitely a scene that will actually be in the Battle of the Five Armies movie, because I mean the last time we saw Galadriel in the Hobbit was in An Unexpected Journey at the White Council in Rivendell. Because I'm thinking that 2 out of the 4 sets in the Battle of the Five Armies wave are not from Battle of the Five Armies. Those 2 being the Lonely Mountain and Attack on Lake Town. I think Attack on Lake Town is kind of both, and maybe that one too. But I mean, a lot of what, if I'm right, a lot of what happens in the Lego set, or what happens in the movie, or TDOS, is included in the Attack on Lake Town. Except for the part where, well, spoiler alert, when Smaug, how can I say this? Well, I think the Brick Show said it the best way possible without completely giving away when he runs into some problems. He's got an olive green cape here. It's similar to the Second Age one, and like I said, I'll be comparing that in the review, but it's definitely different. Which one do I like better? Maybe I'll do a minifigure showdown on these 2. Elven hair is so hard to get over capes. His pants. Let's get an elven sword in here. It's probably the last elven sword I'll ever get in the Lego set. And finally Galadriel, which most people probably find the best minifigure in the set, and I probably would be among them. Make sure you have the cool side of the cape facing out. And hair. So now, the only female character from those movies that we have not gotten is Eowyn. Along with a whole host of other characters from Lord of the Rings that we really need. Which is why Lego Lord of the Rings cannot be complete. It's not complete yet. I mean, they can never make it complete, but I mean, we're missing some really big scenes. And that does not line up, unfortunately. That will be taking my ratings down slightly. And, interestingly, we do get the Light of Eärendil in this set, which she gives to Frodo in the Fellowship of the Ring. But apparently she's using it here, so that should be interesting in the movie. Alright, got our minifigures built. The most exciting part of the set is complete, but what the heck, we'll build the rest of it too, right? It's gonna feel so short after building the Lonely Mountain in 2 days. These donut pieces are showing up a lot since Dol Guldur Ambush. And that's another thing in the review. You'll get to see all 3 Dol Guldur sets together. This one, Dol Guldur Ambush, and Dol Guldur Battle, and of course both of those came out last year. And I think it connects too. I could be mistaken, but I don't think I am. And we're already setting that aside, so we can start on something else here. More donuts. Hope you're hungry. And although we'll be reviewing these shortly, we will probably do update videos on at least some of these after we see the movie, to tell you like how good a job they did of capturing these scenes. We kind of already know about the Lonely Mountain and Attack on Lake Town, and even this one to some extent, but definitely not. And well, actually, even the Battle of the Five Armies, because we've already seen the location where that takes place in briefly. We saw it briefly during the prologue scene, and extremely briefly when they're on the mountain, and Balin says, "The desolation of Smaug." Roll credits, please. Oh, wait. Of course, that's Dale. Man, I can't wait for that movie to come out, though. And the extended edition, of course. That looks very good as well. And it will be much longer than the Unexpected Journey extended edition running time, which was a very disappointing 13 minutes. I will say they did manage to fit in quite a bit of cool stuff in those 13 minutes, but it still was not enough. Not nearly enough. I would have rather had them made the theatrical version shorter, honestly. Slightly, just slightly. Maybe bump it up to 20 minutes or something. But this time I think they got it with half an hour, and then hopefully Battle of the Five Armies will be something like, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes, somewhere in there. I've heard rumors that they're not even going to include the part in the book where Bilbo gets home. Oh, spoiler alert, Bilbo gets home. Although I guess you kind of already knew that since you saw him being old at the beginning of the... Being old at the beginning of An Unexpected Journey. Or if you've seen Lord of the Rings, you would know that he survives as well. So I guess that's not a spoiler, but this someone is, when he gets home in the book, he's been gone so long that people think he's dead, and so they started selling off all of his possessions. So he walks in on his own death auction. I don't know what the proper term is. But rumors are circulating that Peter Jackson's going to spend too much time on the battle and not have enough time for that in the theatrical version, which, if that's true, that's kind of disappointing since a lot of people won't get to see that. It's kind of, at least in the book, it's kind of a funny scene. And one thing that's funny is that you get enough pieces to build a skeleton, but they're all scattered around. So you could actually build a skeleton, but you don't. If that makes any sense. Oh, whoops. Forgot to put the skull on. Oops. It goes over here. It should just be a few days until we start seeing some of the extended scenes coming out on YouTube for people who are buying the digital version, which I won't be. I don't have a Blu-ray DVD. But I will probably be watching at least some of the scenes early on YouTube until the DVD comes out on the 4th. Not DVD, Blu-ray. I have not seen anything about a DVD, actually, for those of you who don't like Blu-ray. But for those of you who don't like Blu-ray, I suggest you get to like it because I think it's only a matter of a few years or so until the DVD player has become, well, will become obsolete. I love that word, obsolete. Especially after seeing a Twilight Zone episode about the obsolete man. Why are you pecking my tripod, bird? And I... missing a piece. A 1x3 light gray plate. Ah, here it is. Just going to say, I don't think I've ever had a missing piece in a Lego set. Maybe one time, but I can't remember for sure. Alright, mini build. Another one of these red leaves we've been seeing a lot in Dogwolder and Mirkwood. I think Mirkwood is where the extended edition is going to spend a lot of its extended time. Which is good, because I felt like that scene went by way too fast, as did Bayorn and Lake Town to some extent. Here's one of the functions, not fascinating by any means, but it's alright, I suppose. And now we have a smaller section to build real quick. We're getting there. Cook piece. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these connector pieces, so I'm thinking that it will connect. But as I said before, I'm not sure. And you won't find out in this video. Sorry. Gonna make a little box here. I think it's gonna be like the little catapult thing. Little catapult box. Interesting connection. I've never seen this before. I'm just gonna have this pitiful little arm sticking out. It's kind of morbid. You push down on the skeleton to fire the catapult. I like morbid things. And apparently a lot of other people do too, if they made this in the first place for kids. Well, I don't think Hobbit and Lord of the... maybe Hobbit somewhat, but Lord of the Rings especially, I don't think that's a huge appeal for children so much. Just a few more pieces. Just gonna go there. And a clip piece. Little decoration things. Then the interesting part, these are what the catapult fires. Maybe it's like firing miniature eyes of Sauron or something, I don't know. It looks like they're both supposed to fit in there, but I can't say I see how. Interesting. I mean, if you put them like that, I suppose. try that again. It's just one. It's alright, I guess. And I'm going to connect that. And yeah, there's some holes right there, so I think you will be able to connect it. So that is it. So put the minifigures here. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of BilboBrick09's Build. Stay tuned for the review, which we'll do hopefully with some guest stars. And we'll get you ratings and examine everything a little more closely and all that good stuff. So thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. And who wants to see Elrond get eaten by a Smaug? I know you all do. Oh, and one more thing. Here's a vote. If you want to see a minifigure showdown episode with Smaug versus the skeleton, let me know, and I will do it. That would be a really tough call, but I think the skeleton would win.